Okay, 3-3 here, so split across the board.
Okay.
Me, Wolf, and Yudehyun, they're on the right going for SOS, whereas Moonglade, Kanata, and Chaster, the MC for the Korean side, who's, by the way, a extremely cool guy, very, very fun and friendly.
Yeah, very funny guy. Obviously, that's the guy that you guys know from the 10 questions.
10 questions, 10 answers.
Yeah, the Korean cast that spoke in English. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Funny guy.
I'm going to give you guys a bit of a spoiler. They were talking about possibly us foreign casters doing that in Korean. So that could be fun as well.
Well,
we'll see if it actually happens.
It'll be
it's
pretty
still
sad.
in the works, but we'll see. Could be fun. I don't know if we can be as fun as the Chastermeister, but we'll see. We'll see. Still waiting on that game. Not really sure what the delay is here. Actually, I of course I know what the delay is here. It's Flash. It's always Flash.
It is Flash, isn't it? Oh, of course.
He's not in the lobby. He's still setting up. He's like, hey, this monitor isn't right. This pixel over here, it doesn't match up.
He's got his eye drops. He's got some other sort of drops. He's got his Bakari sweat that he'll get a big mouthful of before the match. Where's his ruler? Oh, there it is. All right,
that's there.
Wonder what the deal is.
He's got like 5 people in the booth just to make sure.
Can't get his Pandora working or something. Guys, the password's not working.
This is just so funny. This has happened like 4 times in a row now with Flash.
Yeah.
In Pro League. It just happens every single time.
I think maybe they got to get him in the booth before even the first team team match finishes. Like they got to get him in after like game 2 of the first match. It's like, all right,
set up like a special Flash booth like up there in the top right.
Well, you can have that one over there.
The one we're not in anymore.
Caster booth. You can just sit there and just spend all day there.
Seriously, man.
Getting his
We're running a TV show. He's making us late. What time is it?
Well, man, it is Flash after all. Like
it's Flash o'clock.
He can do this.
Yeah, I guess so. When you win enough tournaments and you're that famous and you have that many fans, I guess you can do whatever you want. We'll see what Life starts doing now that he's a big guy on campus. See if he starts delaying and just like
he's got his stuff together, man. Like he'll do it.
That's for sure.
He'll be ready in time.
He doesn't have a ruler. He doesn't have like 5 sets of eye drops. and like 4 Bakari Sweat bottles. It's always fun to watch Flash drink Bakari Sweat, man. I actually I used to watch him, in the past, and he always used to do that. And I was in America, so I was like, I want to drink that as well, And I remember like Tasteless Artos was talking about that in the GSL.
Yeah,
I used to watch that all the time. I'm like, I want to go get that. So I went down to my big Korean mart, and I walked in there, and I got ramen and Bakari Sweat, like the little nerd I was. But it was delicious. I don't, regret it at all.
I actually hate Bakari Sweat. I think it tastes like crap.
Why is that?
I know, I just don't like the taste. I think it's a bad taste. It's not.
It's definitely unique.
It's like the soju of Gatorades, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean.
It tastes like chemicals, but it's like a. It's like a Gatorade or a Powerade. But it's like chemically ish.
Yeah, I kind of know what you're saying.
So I drink it. I'm not like, well, this doesn't rehydrate me. This makes me feel horrible.
I guess.
Yeah.
I enjoy it though. It's kind of like grapefruit juice, but like super sugary and not sour at all. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's where that chemical taste comes from that you're talking about.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm just not a fan.
Well, I don't know. Flash is still not in the lobby, and in fact, SOS has also left the lobby. So got a bit of a delay here, guys. I guess in the interim, you can go ahead and follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter, guys.
I'm Brendan Valdez. He's at Moonglade AU.
I am.
I'm
also that on Instagram as well.
Yeah, everybody's doing Instagram these days.
Dude, if you want to see selfies, go to Instagram.
That's Selfie City, man. Selfies and food pics.
Yeah, or follow Kenzie. Kenzie, what is his? Do you remember his full Twitter?
I don't know. I think it's just like Kenzie _ or something.
I think it's like a number. But
I'm not sure.
He's like the photographer,
like Kenzie9.
Korean photographer from Pro League, Star League, GSL, all the Korean events out here, as well as he got to go to IEM World Championship.
Yeah,
and do a lot of photos there.
He's being flown out all over the place because he takes insanely good pictures.
Yeah.
And we always favorite them. We retweet him.
Well, every time we get here, it's like a photo shoot for us as well, which is fantastic.
Yeah. He makes us line up. And the camera he's got is very expensive, of course, so he takes very high quality, great pictures.
Yeah.
If you like Flash, I'm sure he's got some Flash pics out there. You can make him your wallpaper.
I'm sure he's got a lot of them right now. He's like actually taking photos of why Flash is taking
in the booth
so long.
And just like this, and with his ruler and everything.
Yeah, we can't really see him from here.
You see the KT girls are just taking pictures as well together at the same time.
They were worried about him, like, oh, I hope he's okay.
I'm looking at Flash right now. He's just like staring into his monitor like, okay, there we go.
There's that.
You got a shot of him.
Bakari bubble cheeks. Yum.
He didn't even open that Bakari sweat, man. He's still got the bubble cheeks.
Oh, they were just air bubble cheeks. Frustration.
Frustration bubble cheeks.
Holding up that show, mate.
Yeah, man. I wonder if we're going to have to go to a break or something. This is, like, out of control.
Well, we'll soon find out, Valdez, as we await.
Yeah. Pro League's going to be on tomorrow as well, guys.
It will be. It's always on 2 days in a row, Monday and Tuesday
Monday,
here.
Tuesday. Star League is done, of course.
For now, there's going to be the qualifiers this Thursday, I believe.
The 26th of March.
Oh, next month.
This month, yeah. I think it is Thursday.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
I'm not sure, but
yeah, it's Thursday.
So definitely go ahead and check that out.
I wanted to
be casting
play.
That.
I wanted to play.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Well, why didn't you tell someone?
No, it's okay. I'm not good enough.
I think you are Moonglade.
No, I was gonna play for fun, but I wanted to play anyway. But I guess I'll just have to stick to GSL qualifiers or something.
We could possibly play in that rookie tournament as well. For you guys that don't know, KESP actually announced a rookie tournament. They have a bunch of different rules. It's like you can't have played in any of the big Korean tournaments in the past 2 years, so no 2013 to 15. And you have to be 12 years old. You have to be not banned, stuff like this. But it's mainly just like you can't be super famous or have played in any of the major Korean tournaments. So, I mean, I think that qualifies both of us if we want to play.
Yeah.
Go ahead and try that out. We'd have to practice a bit. But
I mean, there's going to be like tons of Korean GMs playing that for sure. It's going to be insanely hard, but still it'd be great practice and just a bit of fun.
Man. Yeah. That would just be fun in general,
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be casting that. I think it's kind of like a small tournament compared to this stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out soon.
We're not really sure yet, but it'll be interesting. If you guys want to go ahead and catch more of Moonglade's play, he is, of course, the best out of all the casters here in Korea. Aww. He is GM Zerg. He streams all the time, usually before or after Pro League or GSL. So you can catch him at those times.
Usually at nighttime, yeah. If nothing else is on, it would be around the 6 p.m. KST. Kind of like when GSL or Pro League starts. I usually will start playing and streaming. Been a lot of fun.
I enjoy going into your stream, actually, and just typing in Kipo into the chat. That's pretty much all I do. I do watch your games, though.
It's actually pretty interesting, too, because I'm currently working my account through, like, Masters, and the amount of bad mana there is, like, even on career at that stage, like, it's like a couple of levels, maybe 1 or 2 levels below, like, you start hitting, like, the more competitive professional sort of Korean
a couple
players.
tiers.
So people are, like, dropping, like, all the swear words in Korean and saying my race is imbalanced. And dropping
That's funny. Zerg is imbalanced? Is that what they're saying on the ladder?
Shibai and Byungshin and all that good stuff that Koreans understand.
I guess we can say that on this stream because no one knows what that means.
Well, let's hope so.
Someone's just going to, like, run over here and grab you by the shirt, and I'm going to be like, I guess I'm solo casting, guys. Welcome to the Valdez show.
We'll be fine.
This is, like, actually out of control. Oh, okay. He's finally putting on his headset. Looks like we may be getting into this game soon.
Fantastic.
Oh, SOS is in the lobby.
All right.
Here we go, guys.
That SOS probably just staying warmed up while the big wait happens.
Yeah.
And, yeah, don't forget, guys, map is Deadwing. So, pretty interesting map. Putting Flash on this map, no doubt, meant he wanted to play against the Protoss, and he got that wish. It's going to be up to SOS to show us what he's got, and Flash, what he has planned. No doubt some sort of strong macro game. Maybe he's confident finally in this matchup and got it all figured out again.
Yeah, we said before, like, we're just curious to see what Flash has planned here because we kind of have a feel of what SOS is going to do, what kind of style he's going to do. I guess we could see some of that experimentation we've been seeing a bit recently, but that's mostly against Zerg. But who knows? We'll see what SOS brings out here as well. I'm just more curious about Flash. So finally, guys, we're getting into introducing our players here. SOS probably chatting with Flash saying, what took you so long?
Probably, right?
I was waiting. Make me wait.
What took so long, Princess? Like, damn, dude, that was a while. Holding up the show for 10 minutes. And, yeah. SOS. Not the SOS he used to be. He's definitely a lot stronger a year or two ago when he did win those big tournaments. Became that world champion once upon a time. But still pretty strong. It's definitely improved a lot since the start of this season.
They're talking about the amount of losses they have in the chat, and that's why they're laughing. They're like, oh, please take it easy on me. I've got 7 losses. And then Flash is like, I've got 6, man. What? Who are you to say, you know?
Yeah.
Who are you to say anything?
1-1 against Protoss this season so far.
Yeah, and I think SOS was also 1-1 against Terran.
That is right, yeah.
So these guys exactly even going into this matchup in terms of stats for 2015.
Indeed.
We're finally going to get into this game, guys. Spread the hype. It's SOS versus Flash. Jumping into game number 2 here on Deadwing. Let's jump into it right now. Up here in the top left in the green for the Jin Air Green Wings, he is SOS.
Down here to the bottom right for KT, it is Flash.
Finally came into the lobby.
Finally did it. Flash actually barely lost to Trap at IM, 2-3. Some pretty close games there. And going 2-3 against someone like Trap, pretty impressive, especially where Flash was earlier this season. Like, he's come a long way.
That he has. You really got to hand it to him. It was an incredibly rough start. Big slump. Everybody was calling it like his biggest slump in a long time.
I would definitely say it was.
And he made it out of it, though. That's the most important thing.
Recent times defeated Creator in Pro League, making that look pretty convincing, but at the same time, Creator just
Creator is only winning against Protoss, actually. He beat Zest twice, but got wrecked by Innovation to Widowmine drops, and I think the same, similar thing happened by the hands of Flash.
Essentially, yeah. And Flash also actually defeated Ruin and Billowy in the GSL qualifiers, 2 Protosses. So, you know, he's kind of doing pretty well in this matchup. Definitely got his stride.
He's got some momentum behind him. He's probably feeling pretty confident in the matchup, and that's, like you said before, probably why he came out on this map.
Yeah, I definitely have to say so. It is cross-map, mind you. It's gonna be a bit harder for Flash in these kind of positions. It's gonna give SOS just a little bit more time. It's gonna be harder for Flash to get those drops out there and start mine dropping, etc., which we do know he loves to do. So we did see him do that so very well against Creator.
Yeah. That guy that makes those signs, they're always really complicated and have a lot of a big story on them talking about the match. Shout out to that guy. I don't know who it is, but shout out to him.
He puts in the effort.
Yeah. He's also a big Flash fan. I remember me and you were casting, and it was Flash against Bjell. We were kind of like, no, Bjell's got this, but then Flash really surprised us. That guy was the same guy who screamed for Flash.
He's like the crazy. So he's the crazy guy that screams in the audience after everyone else.
The passion is real for that guy.
Yeah, I like it.
For sure.
SOS actually also defeated a couple of Terrans to get into GSL this season as well, defeating Ryung and Keen. So, you know, both these players, you're beating the kind of mid-tier Terrans in GSL.
Yeah. Okay, we get the Reaper expand out of Flash and Gateway expand out of SOS. No Town Hall first here for either player. Not playing it too greedy on the economic side of things.
No Tree of Life here.
Nope.
No Stronghold either, Valdez. Especially no Necropolis.
Definitely not that. It's disgusting.
Indeed it is, my friend. Indeed it is.
That's from War 3, right? Those are okay.
Those are all the War 3 buildings.
All right.
Town Hall is the Terran. Sorry, is the human one. So, you know, I was playing along with you, mate. I was playing along with you.
I wish I played War 3. That game looks so fun.
It is a lot of fun. Very, very interesting game. You won't find an RTS quite like it anywhere else. There's this third CC going down for Flash. So, you know, he's playing these positions pretty well already. It's like, okay, it is cross-map, but I do have a little bit more time on my hands to kind of set up shop, be a little bit greedier. And I'm liking what I see.
Let's see the micro here at a Flash. So far, it's been stellar. Not a single hit onto either of those Marines. Nicely done. But is the Zealot going to get the scout on the CC?
Well,
I don't know if he really has to, though. I mean, he comes in here and he sees, like, nothing.
He kind of knows exactly what's up there with that late second racks. He knows, oh, okay,
Yeah,
so it
exactly.
is 3 CC. Like,
Exactly.
he knows for sure that this is how greedy Flash has been. And what is SOS's response here? We are seeing that Robo go down nice and early, but he knows for sure that nothing's going to be coming his way anytime soon. Maybe going to go for a bunch of observers, just make sure nothing ever can actually come at him without him knowing. Then maybe go for that faster third base.
Yeah, that's what I would expect. I mean, I guess we could see some War Prism shenanigans with some harass here and there, just because the amount of units will be low with this kind of build, but I don't know, would most likely expect him to just play safe here. We already see Sentry on the way, just finished up here, second one on the way now, and there's that first observer. So like you were saying, Moonglade, right on point. We do have 3 racks here out of Flash. It's what you got to do if you want to be safe to defend against any kind of pushes from the Protoss. You need that high amount of units. You need to skimp on the tech a bit earlier on because of that.
Yeah, exactly right. Especially because he did get scouted. And we are seeing that Immortal be the next choice here for SOS. So SOS, do you plan to be just a little bit greedy? Sorry, a little bit aggressive, not greedy.
Cheeky.
Little cheeky, maybe. We are only seeing a late 4th gas. 1 gateway being added. 2 gateways being added. Let's see how many he adds. Maybe he simply is going to go for that expansion at the third base. We do see those 2 Stalkers actually very smartly placed on that third ramp to deny any sort of scouting getting up there. Maybe create the illusion that he is going for that 3 base.
No bunker so far. For Flash, he's got to. I think he's got to get that up here. Immortal Bus could be very, very strong. Okay, we see 1 bunker so far.
Yeah.
The hard part for Flash here is that he has no idea what SOS is doing. I would assume he's going to scan here in a bit, especially with the 3 orbitals.
I think one of them definitely has to be a scan, right? Otherwise, it's simply too greedy, and you could just die from it. And we are definitely seeing an Immortal in from here. Second Immortal out, third one on the way. I would be surprised if we don't see a couple more gateways at least be added. And the Immortal all-in will happen. No doubt about that.
So here we go. Just 1 Stalker pushing forward first. He's hiding this build very well. We do see only 1 bunker here so far, and if Flash is not ready for this, this can be burst down so pretty.
Ooh, well, actually,
okay.
Robotics Bay going to be added as the next step here. So 3 Immortals into Robotics Bay. Pretty powerful army. I do like the fact that he added so many Immortals. He's going to DPS down this debris, but how's he going to deal with his bio? That is quite a number of Marines. Currently 17.
SOS has done this before. He's just faking pressure. He's making Flash freak out. I mean, it's not fake pressure entirely because this can definitely do damage if the Terran is not ready, but he's making him extra ready while he expands and gets up his tech. Oh my god, what the hell? A huge force field donut here is going to get them all this bio trapped.
Look at that donut. Perfectly done, but he's still got to be careful because that bio could just jump on that many sentries and do a lot of damage. He does have recall available.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. You cannot get your Mothership Core sniped. Or, you know, like you were saying, get any of those sentries in front. Got to make sure. Do you see 2 bunkers up here now for Flash? He's got some of those SCVs in the front as well, not mining. Just being safe. But at the same time, we just see upgrades, tech, and expansions out of SOS behind this. So he's not going all in. He has a contingency plan behind this.
Yeah, well, I kind of like it. It's like a very aggressive sort of, it's pretty committed aggression. Like it kind of has to do damage and apply a lot of pressure with 3 Immortals invested in, as well as that many sentries. But I do like the transition, even though it's only going to be 1 upgrade by the looks of things, just the armor and Colossus. So he does have a good follow-up.
Look at this.
Oh,
this is actually pretty insane. Flash out on the map here. Army totally out of position. The Observer spotted that, actually.
Force field the ramp, and he's got a lot of damage.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. That is so much damage. What is Flash going to do? He's simply going to go for a hard counter-attack.
He could possibly, you know, focus down that Nexus. SOS has to be careful about this as well. Needs to be ready for that mass recall.
He does. I think he might even... Does he want to sack? No. Flash going to go straight into the natural.
Lift the CC.
He
does not lift the CC.
Oh, no. Recall now would be a good idea, in my opinion.
He's got a recall. Okay, there we go.
Oh, dangerous place to recall. The Flash simply going to get out of it, not even going to try and do damage. Might be able to do damage to the third base because the debris is still not down.
He's going to get a couple of probes here, and he's going to try to drop in the main.
We can activate Photon Overcharge in the main base as well to deflect this once again. Doesn't even have to, though. Flash in such a bad place, man. Losing that natural just simply by not lifting it. Huge mistake.
Yeah. At the same time, SOS a bit nervous, makes 2 Twilight Councils here. I don't think he's going to be researching Blink and Charge at the same time.
Hey, man, if it was me, I would do it just to make it look like I did it on purpose.
Yeah, if it happens, you just got to go with the flow, right?
Exactly.
Blink is going to be the research of choice here. Big drop trying to come in at the natural. Flash has to get damage done after losing that CC. Cannon not ready. Army a little bit out of position here. Oh my god, he's not moving those probes now.
Oh, gets a couple of Zealots, but a lot of sentries going down actually. 3 so far, 4.
And 19 probes going down as well. Flash is somehow getting back in this game.
Wow, that main base damage.
He's also got that 3rd CC finished up back at home, so
I think it might actually level the playing field at this point because he lost so many sentries at the same time. Something you desperately need if you're going to kind of forego any sort of storm or feedback. You need a lot of force fields, you need Guardian Shield, and just kind of to help buffer for your massive army of Zealot Colossus.
This is a bit of a nervous play out of SOS, just kind of freaking out, keeping his army all on one hotkey, just moving him across to one base and then the other, just being late to the party on all fronts. He's made 2 Twilight Councils.
He isn't getting charged in the second one, so he just let it happen.
Yeah, he's going to go for Dark Shrine. I feel like this is the effect of SOS. He got like a huge, like very obvious advantage by killing that CC, and then he's like freaking out a bit because he's like, okay, I've got this game won. Now just don't throw it, man.
Yeah.
And then he just gets into his own head, and it gets to him. You know, he gets a little bit nervous. He causes himself to freak out, and we're seeing the effect of that here. Flash is pretty much effectively caught up at this point. It's a pretty even game at this point.
He pretty much broke even, killing all those probes in the natural. Completely agree with you here. And this quad drop could do a lot of work as well. Only 1 Colossus, 3 Zealots.
He catches it. There are some units here in the main.
Not enough there.
Scan coming down. It looks like he is going to commit to the drop. And that Scan also catches the Dark Shrine. Not sure if he's paying attention, though. The Widowmines do burrow here. No shot goes off, though.
No, not yet. Still a lot of potential for damage. Warping actually triggers one of them. And he's not going to get too much there, except for this one at the natural. He's going to try, but
gotta focus down. The Widowmine gets off a couple shots there, actually.
Yeah.
But
SOS. Got to deal with these Widowmines before they come back in as well. He knows they're still there, though. Making sure the probes aren't in position.
A couple of DTs out on the map as well, being warped in.
Gonna do a lot of damage, actually. There's no turret in the 3rd base of Flash.
Yeah, you know what? He had turrets earlier on because he wasn't sure about what SOS is doing. But they got killed, and now he has no turrets. There's nothing here. How much energy does he have for scans right now?
It's
going to be so key. He takes down 1, but he's going to have to use another one. He's defending the drop here in the main at the same time SOS is. Already 6 SCVs go down. Yeah. And no mining at that 3rd base now.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage, actually. He still doesn't have enough. He's got 1 in 5 seconds for his natural, unless that turret actually kills him. All right, turret gets him, so he can spend that 1 scan he does have on the 3rd base. There it is, a little premature there.
Yep. Another drop coming in here at the 3rd base is very ineffective, actually. Gets totally shut down. And Flash, he is going to stabilize a bit here, finally getting those turrets down. He's going to secure his 3 bases finally. And both players now at very similar supplies. Very interesting. What are our upgrades at, actually? Let's take a look at that. We do see SOS is slightly behind on the 2-2.
Yeah, he really slowed down after that, taking that harassment, and Flash definitely got ahead in that regard. Both of them have sort of similar compositions for their sort of timing in the game. Got Colossus Zealot versus Bio Vikings, nothing extra there. No Templar, no Ghosts.
Yeah. I think...
But, man, that is a lot of Colossus.
I think SOS has to hit right now before the 2-2 finishes for the turn, before he gets a lot of these Vikings out. He's got 6 Colossi with the 7th one on the way.
I think he should wait until he has 2-2 because Flash is going to have 2-2 before he even gets to his base. He's going to have to buy time, you know, posture up, just make that composition that's going to dominate the late game. Flash,
I guess that is true.
Not getting the scan he needs, though. If Flash knew that there was 7 Colossus there, I feel like he'd be making even more Vikings.
Yeah, he needs a double reactor probably on the
looks like he
starports.
does have. He's making 4 at a time, so if he keeps this up, he's going to have more than enough, that's for sure.
All right. Got 7 Colossi. Quite a sight to see. Some of the biggest units in the game.
Finally transitioning to the Templar tech as well.
Only 6 Stalkers in this mix. They do have Blink, but it's not going to be very effective against like 14 Vikings. We see a huge number of the boys being pulled, actually. Flash wants to shut this down while he's got 2-2.
Yeah, good idea. I mean, with that little anti-air, like, these Vikings should reign supreme. It's going to be entirely up to SOS's positioning to do the damage he needs to do with these Colossi before they die.
He's warping in a lot more of these Stalkers here. I think he's noticing that this attack is coming down. He is going to get his 2-2 as well, so upgrades are going to be even. Let's just see how this attack comes out here.
I don't think there's enough Stalker. I think these Vikings are going to simply do way too much when the time comes.
It's just a huge amount here. He's trying to get some Archons out here for the defense. Pushing forward with the Stalkers. Got to be careful not to lose a lot of them. The Vikings pushing forward now.
This is a horrible position for Flash, I think. He's getting a lot of damage on the Colossi, but still, that is a pretty nasty choke. And every Viking's getting targeted down by completely safe Stalkers.
Oh my god. There are not enough Vikings now. He's got 5 Colossi left over. I think you're 100% correct, Moonglade. He's going to try to go for I guess a counterattack at that second, or rather the third base. But look at this. He's lost 37 SCVs with that attack. And I feel like, just like you said, just getting a little bit too far ahead of himself. And
he put himself in a meat grinder, and he got completely destroyed there. Almost resetting that Viking count. A lot of them are in the red, and the other are like all half HP. And that's still a very healthy Protoss army and a very healthy Colossus count.
Yeah, and even look at this. DT's able to find some damage even with a missile turret now. Trying to get us around, but 7 have gone down, 8 now. He can't afford to lose SCVs when he's only on 20 after going for that boys push.
Yeah, he definitely cannot afford that. And even more Colossus being made, as well as these Archons in the mix. I'm loving these Archons. He should actually add a couple more, in my opinion, because we don't see anything, any sort of tech transition from Flash. No ghosts on the map whatsoever. Yeah. Flash completely invested in this kind of attack. So the more NEA, the better. The more Flash, the better. And Archons will also soak up so much damage.
Yeah, Flash, this is kind of like a meager second attack. SOS is much more prepared this time. Let's see the positioning here out of Flash. He's going to try to set up a nice concave, but this is a huge amount of Protoss. The Archons in the front for the tanking. Huge Colossi hits on all of that bio.
There's way
too much. This is going to be totally shut down.
Completely.
GG.
Wow.
Very SOS nice. Does it.
Flash getting a little carried away there. Too focused on the win. Going into that meat grinder really put him behind incredibly.
He also missed his timing a little bit there, I think. He hit like right after 2-2 finished.
Yeah.
He could have gone for the push, you know, let's say 15 seconds earlier. Of course, there's no real way for him to exactly know this. I'm sure he knew that his upgrades were ahead, but he didn't know the exact timing of when the 2-2 was going to finish for the Protoss. He just barely missed that timing. He got into a terrible position.
I think actually attacking the third base instead of that fourth, that he killed the fourth, but he should have gone back to the third.
Yeah.
Instead of going in between gateway and like nothing, like just a little blockade.
Set up a concave there, you know.
Yeah, get the bottom of the ramp concave, get a nice shot for your Vikings, and maybe even transition beyond that, because sure, pulling the boys is kind of semi-all-in, but you can, if you do enough economic damage, transition, maybe go for the ghosts that you actually need. Or even more Vikings to get rid of that insane Colossi count.
I feel like both players in that game kind of playing a little bit nervous, you know. SOS kind of freaking out, throwing away some of the advantage he had gotten early on in that game. Flash kind of freaking out. He thought he had his timing there, but just not the greatest engagement out of Flash. And we're going to see Jin Air now go up to a 2-0 lead now because Rogue was able to take that first win.
A very scary sort of position currently for KT. And let me have a quick look at this third game again. It's going to be Trap versus Zest. Oh my god.
It's a PvP best of 1. I mean, Zest was able to take down Trap 4-1, but that's a best of 7. This is totally different. Trap can take a game against Zest any given day.
Absolutely. I by no means think Zest has this one in the bag, even though he did get a nice best of 7 win on him. in that grand finals.
Yeah.
This is going to be very close, and I dare say Trap might have an advantage.
Yeah, I think we both predicted Trap here, actually. And Zest, he's definitely the more experienced player, but he has been throwing some PvPs recently in Pro League.
He crumbles in Pro League. He crumbles
against
in Pro League.
Creator. Like,
against all Protoss. He's like, he
yeah, that's right.
Lost to Creator twice, lost to Hero twice. He is in no good place when it comes to Pro League. I don't know how he somehow turned it on at IEM, but it's definitely something to consider.
Yeah, well, guys, I wanted to look at some more stats, but let's go to a 3-minute break first before that Game 3. Stay tuned.